Oi, gente. Hi, guys. What's up? Tudo bom? I'm here just to remind you that we are actually already live on YouTube. So if you want to learn Portuguese, come with us, come to YouTube to watch this important class. We're going to talk about the four porquês we have in Portuguese, how to use them, which are the difference, and etc. So don't miss it. Come and learn Portuguese right now. I'm waiting for you guys. Bye. Guys, for those who are already here on YouTube, I'm just waiting a little bit until we arrive, until the clock goes to 6, right? So we can start and then we can wait the other guys arrive. Okay? So I would love to know already where are you guys from? So you can tell me in the comment section, okay? If you're watching in your computer, it will be on this side, right? So you can tell us, okay? Okay, I'm gonna call people from Instagram too so they know we are live here. Olá! Um, Hi guys! Hi Tirosha! Olá! I'm here guys just to remind you that in 1 minute or less we're gonna be live on YouTube. Actually, we already are live on YouTube. Oi! Tudo bem? We're going to talk about the four porquês we have in Portuguese. So if you are available now, don't miss this class because I know people do a lot of mistakes. They can make changes with these porquês, and even Brazilian people do these mistakes because it's not so easy. It can be easy, but people have some trouble understanding that. So come and watch with us, okay? We are already live on YouTube, so go there to watch this important class I'm going to teach right now, okay? I'm already live there. And if you don't know which is our channel, um, you can go to our bio here on Instagram and you can find the link there. Actually, there you can find the link to all our channels, right? Including YouTube. So you can go to our bio, find the link to the YouTube to our YouTube channel, okay? And then we can start our awesome lesson, okay? I'm waiting for you guys, okay? There. Let's go, let's go. Tchau, até mais. So, guys, yay! It's finally 6 p.m., right? Okay, so, okay, so guys, as I was asking you, tell me where are you guys from? And tell me why do you want to learn Portuguese? As I've already told you, this is a very important question for us. It's important to us to know if you why are you trying to understand Portuguese, because then we can prepare better materials for you, things that you need more, because of course, according to your goal, you can need some kind of different material, right? So tell us, don't forget to tell us, okay? Actually, I'm going to use my phone. I think the sound will be better, guys. So let me. I guess it will be better like this. So, hola! Oi, Tirosha! Glad that you came here. I'm glad. So, I think we should start. I think we shouldn't wait too much so we can really profit from this class, right? So, let me check if there's something, some comment. Okay, guys, so welcome you all to our class, to our live class, our Sunday live class. I know it's tough to be here sometimes on Sunday. We are trying to find the best day to give you classes and also the best time, because this is something difficult, because actually we have this audience from all over the world, so it's tough to find the best time. And of course, you can always watch our classes, the recorded versions of our classes, but it's much better to watch it live, because then you can ask your questions and try to understand things better, putting comments here. So enjoy, okay? Someone is saying hello, Lucas. Sorry, it's hard to say your name, but hello, olá, tudo bem? So I want to welcome you all, you guys that are watching live, and also you guys that are watching the recorded classes. Welcome to our class, okay? I just want to remember you guys that you can find us in other resources, in other platforms, and each platform has actually a different kind of material. So that's why it's so nice to have contact with us through these different platforms. So for example, we are present on Instagram, right? And I think most of you maybe know us through Instagram. And I guess Instagram is the quickest way to send you messages, to let you know if we are doing a live class, to tell you some news we want to give you. And of course, also, we have daily tips for you guys to understand Portuguese. So we talk about expressions, how to say specific things in Portuguese, vocabulary, cultural tips. We talk about music, food. What else? Some kind of folklore we have here in Brazil. So it's lots of information, so you shouldn't miss Instagram. I think it's a great opportunity to know us better and also to get more information. And we are also present on Facebook. And on Facebook, we have another page where we can also let you know about everything we are doing. We post also different tips on Facebook, and remember that the tips we post on Facebook are different from the ones we post on Instagram. So if you are connected to us in these two platforms, you can get these two different kind of information, okay? It won't be the same thing. So I think it's good, right? Also, guys, this is, I think it's very nice. We also have our podcast. Oops, podcast. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I guess I wrote it right. And podcast, guy, is an amazing tool actually to learn another language. I try to listen to podcasts in English, for example, so I can improve my listening skills to speak in a better way. So I recommend you to do the same. And we have this podcast where we talk about many different things in Portuguese, totally. So sometimes I know you guys get a little bit upset because we speak in English here when we give classes, but we do that because most of our students don't really speak Portuguese yet. So in order to connect, to communicate better with you, we choose to use English. And of course, as all of our students start to get better in English, in Portuguese actually, we'll start to speak more Portuguese eventually, okay? But what I wanted to tell you is that we have platforms so you can get materials to listen to more Portuguese, and this is one. So if you want to listen more, understand more the language, and get familiar with the sounds, you can search for us on Spotify or on SoundCloud. So we are present in these two medias, and then you can search for Yes Portuguese, and you're going to find us, and then you can listen oops all the time. We are also at LinkedIn, so if you want to get some information through this media, you can find us there. Lots of you guys use it a lot, so it's good to have us there and make some connections with us. And also we have another interesting platform where you can listen to more Portuguese, which is our WhatsApp group, guys. On this group, we share some audios where you can listen to Brazilian native speakers talking to each other in different kind of contexts. We try to represent natural conversations to you guys. So people talking about work, talking about preparing their dinner, talking on the market with the seller, and so on. So this kind of dialogues are very nice. So you can listen to these short conversations and get more of Portuguese, okay? So actually, guys, if you want to join us in all these medias, you can just go to our profile on Instagram, and there you can find the links to all these platforms, okay? Including to be added to the WhatsApp group we have. So you just have to go there and find the link on our bio, okay? And of course, we are here on YouTube, and I suggest you to subscribe to our channel because then you're going to be warned about the classes we have. If you don't do it, you won't be able to watch it live, because maybe you won't be on Instagram the time we remember you of the class. So subscribe, and then you'll be noticed always about our classes, okay? So, and actually, as I was telling you, we were trying to find a better time for you guys to have classes. So that's why now our Sunday live classes are at 6 p.m. Brazilia's time, because it used to be at 3 p.m. and we have lots of American students, for example, and for them we know it was not the best time to watch classes, because 3 p.m. in Brazil would be something like midday or 11 a.m. in the morning, depending on the part of the country, of course, but in general it was not so good. So we are testing other times, guys, and then you give us your feedback telling us if it's good for you, if it's not,
okay? So we can keep improving also this, okay? The person I just said hello is saying that he or she is trying to learn Portuguese to speak with his or her grandma. How cool that! This is very cool, actually. Your grandma is probably Brazilian, right? So, is she from which city in here? Do you know? That would be nice to know that. And this is pretty nice of you, actually, to try to learn a language to speak to your grandma. That's very cool. And stay with us. We can give you lots of tips and help you to achieve your goal and finally speak with your family. This is a very important reason, right, guys? Um, okay, guys. Every class we use a hashtag, and we have been using this hashtag now, which will be aula de português. Aula de português, meaning Portuguese class, right? And remember that Portuguese in Portuguese actually has this accent in here, right, guys? We put this accent called circumflex, a very strange name, right? We call it in Portuguese little hat, chapeuzinho, okay? Because it's quite similar to a small hat. Look. Well, anyway, I'm just showing this because in the hashtag we don't put the accent. We can do it. Many people do, but lots of people don't do it because normally people just try to use the fastest way of writing a hashtag. So this is our hashtag from today, and I would say I recommend you, but actually I challenge you to post a picture of you studying Portuguese and use this hashtag aula de português, okay? And then you can find more people in this journey of learning Portuguese as you are. And I think it's awesome because you can find some friends to talk to, right? And also you can know if you're really committed with this to study Portuguese, okay? So I challenge you to post it, and you can tag us, and then we will know you are really doing this, okay, guys? Aula de português. I'm going to do that actually, okay? So let's do this together. I'm going to take a picture of it, and now I'm putting the hashtag aula de português. You can see that on our Instagram story, okay? I'll post this on our Instagram story. Okay, guys. So that's it. I made my post. Did you do your post? Okay. So let's continue, right? Let's finally start our class. Yeah. So for this guy or girl that told us he or she's trying to learn to speak with his or her grandma, I would love to know, where is she from here in Brazil, okay? And tell us. It will be lovely to know, okay? So guys, now we are starting our class. So choose a calm place to be, choose to be concentrated, to learn, to improve your Portuguese skills. So this is our class mode on, okay? Try to be really in the mood of a class. So try to be in a quiet place where you can be concentrated and use this class the most, okay? Don't hesitate to use the comment section. So If you have any doubts during the class, say it, ask your question, and I'll try to check all the time so I can see if you have any doubts, okay? So, and before we really start, for those who don't know me, I'm Ludmila. I'm one of the teachers on Yes Portuguese, on the Yes Portuguese course. The other teacher is Adriele, and we both teach Portuguese here. For now, it's been a time. It's been a long time. On internet, it's not so much time, but in life, it's almost 10 years or more for me actually. Okay, so we are Portuguese teachers, and we hope to help you a lot, guys. So let's go. Let's start. So I had said, as I can show you in here, that today we will talk about the 4 porquês we have in Portuguese. Did you know that we have like 4 words very similar, the way we spell them? It's very similar and also similar in meaning, but with different functions. Do you know that? That's why we have a specific class today to talk about them. So these are the 4 porquês, os 4 porquês. So as you can see, we have these 2 first written separately, okay? And these 2 written all together, okay? Here we have these 2 written separated, but one with this accent, and these 2 written together, but one with this accent. So we have 4 different forms, but very close one to the other, right? So that's so easy to make mistakes with them. And that's why it's important to really learn and to practice, so you can't forget. And I told on Instagram that actually this is a problem even for Brazilian people. We see lots of mistakes of Brazilian people writing on Facebook, for example, when people comment on a public section. It's very common to see mistakes with these porquês. And I guess this happens mainly because they have the same sound when we speak. So if I ask, if I answer, if I use in another context, they will all be the same in pronunciation. The 4th are pronounced porquê, porquê. Or you can say porquê, porquê. We've been telling you that O sometimes is pronounced like U, right? So this can happen with this O in here, okay? In the 4th porquês, we can say porquê or porquê, porquê, okay? So as I was saying, the 4th are pronounced the same, and that's why I guess people makes lots of mistakes. So this difference, guys, is important for you to know when you have to write or when you have to read and understand what's being said. But it's not so much important for you if you want to talk, okay? Because to talk, we have the same pronunciation. Porquê, 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 okay? So let's check this first form, porquê, okay? He's telling us that actually his grandma is from Portugal. How cool! And she speaks no English, and it's hard to talk with her. I can understand that. Yeah. We have this same situation here in Brazil, because it's not common that people really speak English. We have English courses in school. We have courses, private courses too, but I don't know why. I don't know exactly why. But people don't really speak English. Even people that have studied English, they don't. Maybe because they don't use the language. They don't have situations where they will use the language. they don't practice, because language demands practice, right? Real situations where you can listen, where you can speak, where you can read. So as people don't do that, they don't really speak, and that's why many people who come here from a foreign country and needs to speak Portuguese, sorry guys, here and need to speak English, they have a hard time here because it's not common. Even in the main cities, you can have difficulty to find people speaking English. Okay, so that's why it's so important to learn Portuguese to talk with people, right? So let's check the first case of porquê. These guys, porquê, written with the space between these two words, okay? Because actually this is a preposition, por, and que can be treated as a pronoun, a relative pronoun or an interrogative pronoun. It can change. So we write these two separately. Oops, I don't know what I have done. With a space here and without accent in here. So this form we use to make questions. So it would be translated to why in English. Okay. So this is the form to ask questions to people, and here we can see the examples. So check this first. Por que você não vai na festa? Por que você não vai na festa? Meaning, why aren't you going to the party? Okay, so por quê? Why? Okay, here we have another example. Por que a Carla está trabalhando hoje? I said as there was, oops, let me correcting here. I said like there was this definite article in here, because we do that a lot in Portuguese. We put definite articles before names, okay? And as Carla is a feminine name, we would use the feminine article, okay? So, the question is, por que a Carla está trabalhando hoje? Por que a Carla está trabalhando hoje? And meaning, why is Carla working today? Why is Carla working today? So, again, we have porquê, meaning why. We make questions sometimes in a different way, not using the question mark, right? Sometimes we just say we want to know the reason of something, right? Why something happened. And this is the case of this other question, indirect question. Eu gostaria de saber por que ele não veio. I would like to know why he hasn't come. Okay? So we don't have the question mark, but it's a question. The person is showing that she wants to know why something happened. So, eu gostaria de saber por que ele não veio. Okay? And this is other example like this last one. Me diga por que ela saiu cedo. Me diga por que ela saiu cedo. Meaning, tell me why she left early. Tell me why she left early. Okay? So, here we also have the situation where we would use why. Okay? Por quê? So, guys, this is the first porquê we have. Let's check the second one, the most similar one to these four, which is the porquê written separately also, but with an accent, okay? So it's the same way of write, but we put this circumflex accent here, okay? Over the vowel E. So, por quê? Same pronunciation. So, 1 minute. Okay, I talk a lot, sorry guys. Here we can see when to use this porquê, because actually it's pretty much for the same goal, to ask a question, but when this word comes in the end of a sentence, before a punctuation mark. So, if you want to ask a question or to show you want to know why something happened, but if this word, this specific word, porquê, will be in the end of the question, we have to put the accent over que, okay? That's the difference. So, same situation, but in the end of a question. We can see here an example. Você faltou aula? Por quê? Você faltou aula? Por quê? Meaning, did you miss your class? Why? Did you miss your class? Why? And did you notice that actually instead of saying você, I just said você? Você faltou aula? Você faltou aula? It's very common to do that, guys. Instead of saying você, we can say it. It's also common and normal and natural. But many times people just say se. Okay? So, você faltou aula? Por quê? Você faltou aula? Por quê? Notice that here, actually, porque is not even in the end of a sentence, because it's this sentence, this small sentence, it's all about porque. It only has this word, right? So, but it's before a punctuation mark, actually before the question mark. So if it's before a question mark, before a punctuation mark, it will be separated with accent, okay? If I want to make a question, it has to be a question, and in the end, we do that, okay? Another example, o Marcos não vem amanhã por quê? O Marcos não vem amanhã por quê? Meaning, Marcos doesn't come tomorrow, why? It would be something like that. Maybe it's not so common in English, but in Portuguese we can do that. Marco doesn't come in tomorrow, why? Okay? And again, did you notice that instead of saying não, I said num. This is pretty common, guys. Instead of saying o Marcos não vem amanhã, I can say that, it's correct, it's natural Portuguese, okay? But I could also say o Marcos não vem amanhã, não vem, não vem, okay? This is pretty common, so it's important for you guys to recognize this sound, okay? Meaning no. And the third example in here. Ela tá sempre mentindo e eu não sei porquê. Ela tá sempre mentindo e eu não sei porquê. Meaning, she's always lying and I don't know why. She's always lying and I don't know why. Okay? So again, here, this porquê is translated to English as why, because we want to know the reason, and is a question, an indirect question. And here is in the end of a sentence, before the punctuation mark, okay? Before period. So we have to use the separated version with accent, okay? And before go to the next, did you notice that I also said a little bit different, one word in here? Instead of saying está, did you notice that I said tá? Ela tá sempre mentindo. Ela tá sempre mentindo. So another very common way of saying está, tá, okay? Okay, guys, do you have any doubts for now? Because we are going to check the other two porquês, and if you have some doubts, you can just tell us right now before we go to the next porquês, okay? So let's check the other ones, and I can check the comment section whenever you want, okay? So go ahead and ask questions whenever you want, okay? So guys, just let me put in here that this has the same equivalence. Why? Oops. Oops. Why? Yeah. So here, the third version of porquê is this one where we have one unique word, porquê, all together without accent. So this is written all together without accent, porquê. Same pronunciation again, and one simple word, okay? This one we use to give answers and explanations. So the equivalence in English would be which word? Which word? Because, right? Because. So this is the answer to why. So why blah blah blah? Because blah blah blah. Okay? So the equivalence in English would be the word because. So we use to give answers and make explanations, okay, to people. So check the first example in here, guys. I think there's a question here. I'll go to the comment sections in a few minutes, guys. Just let me finish in here. So, eu não vou trabalhar hoje porque estou doente. Eu não vou trabalhar hoje porque estou doente. Or I can even say, eu não vou trabalhar hoje porque tô doente. So, I can say instead of estou, just tô doente, ok? Eu não vou trabalhar hoje porque tô doente. Meaning, I'm not going to work today because I'm sick, okay? So here we are explaining why we aren't going to work this day. And to give an explanation, as we saw, we have to use porquê all together without accent, okay? Here we can see another example. So, ela está aqui porque quer conversar. Or I can say, ela está aqui porque quer conversar. Ela está aqui porque quer conversar. Meaning, she's here because she wants to talk. She's here because she wants to talk. So, here I'm also explaining something, giving an explanation. So, that's why we have to say porquê all together without accent, because I'm giving an explanation. And this is equivalent to because, okay? So we could translate these two porquês to because, right? And here, guys, I put a pair of question with an answer, so you can see these porquês interacting, okay? So here we have the other porquê we had seen. So guys, for you that had a doubt with it, check here. I will even highlight this. Weird. Oh, I know what's happening. Okay. So, yeah. So, here we see the two porquês we just talked, okay? The separated version in here, okay? And here the altogether version, okay? So as we saw, when we write like in here, with this space between these two words, it's meaning why. Why is to make questions, okay? And when we write all together, it's to give answers or to explain something. So basically here we have the meaning of why in English, and here we have the meaning because in Portuguese. So, por que você quer esse brinquedo? Imagine a mother asking her kid actually. Why do you want this toy? Por que você quer esse brinquedo? And the kid answers, porque sim. It literally means because yes, or just because, okay? So here we can see these two porquês interacting, okay? So why, sense of asking a question, we put the separated word. Because, meaning of giving answer or explanations, we put the together version, okay? So, por que você quer esse brinquedo? Why do you want this toy? Because, okay? Because yes. So, porque sim, okay? This helps, guys. Let me check the questions. Why was porquê separated on the first example? Was about this you were wanting to know, guys? Let me know, Lucas, if you were asking about this porquê in here or the other ones we had talked about. Elisa asked, você pode explicar num novamente? Of course. Let me show you where. Yeah, in here. It was about this example, I believe, right? So, first, I would like to show you another example. Pay attention, guys. This word has this nasal sound, which is very different for most of people because it's a very particular sound of the Portuguese language, right? So normally we can show you how it is pronounced showing this word. That's how you can imagine the real pronunciation. So it's not now the pronunciation, it's nasal. That's why we actually say something like this. Não, não, não. This is the sound, okay? This is the normal pronunciation of não, okay? Não. But sometimes during a speech between words, we can pronounce this word as this, num, as there wasn't an A, okay? So just num, num. Especially in the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. It's hard to see that in the end of a sentence. Because when we have the word não in the end of a sentence, normally it's emphasized. So we say like não, não. But in the middle of a sentence or in the beginning of a sentence, we can say num. It's common, okay? And that's what I read here in this sentence. People can say, o Marcos não vem amanhã, não vem amanhã por quê? Repeating. O Marcos não vem amanhã por quê? O Marcos não vem amanhã por quê? Não vem. So, it's common to have people saying this, okay? What I want you to notice is that we can have a different sound to the word não. We can have this, which is the pattern, okay? To say this word, you should say like this. But some people sometimes can say num. And I guess it's important for you guys to recognize the sound, okay? So that's why I called your attention to this. If you want to say the pattern version of the word, always, that's not a problem. You can say that. You can say, o Marcos não vem amanhã. Por quê? Or, o Marcos não vem amanhã por quê? You can say that. Não. It's natural, it's perfect, okay? You can use it. But some people can use num and maybe you can be confused. You can not recognize what the other person said. And that's why I want to show you how to pronounce it if you want to, or to recognize it, okay? Is it clear, Elisa? Is it more clear to you? De nada. Que bom que você entendeu. I'm glad that you understood it. I guess Lucrez was meaning when he asked about the porquê separated. In the first example, I guess he was mentioning this question, right? So I guess he already understood that in here we have the porquê to ask questions, why, and here we have the porquê to answer questions and give explanations, the because, right? If it wasn't that, Lucas, you can tell us, okay? Hi, Nino! Olá, tudo bom? Eu tô bem. E você? Tudo jóia? Bem-vindo. So, guys, now we have the last version of porquê, okay? Let's check. Oops. Let's check in here. So, this last version is written all together, okay? And with accent, okay? So it's written the same way in here, the because word, but with accent. So let's understand this. Actually, guys, pay attention. This is very different from the other ones, because here we have a noun, okay? This porquê is a noun in Portuguese. And that's why it can be followed, it can follow actually a definite article, the masculine definite article. Just for you know, the definite article are, let me show you in here. Definite articles are o, a, os, as, okay? So equivalent to the in English, and the indefinite articles are uma, uns, umas, okay? In English we would say a or an, okay? So just so you know what I'm talking about, okay? Okay. So what I'm saying is sometimes, almost always actually, this porquê comes after the definite article, o, only the masculine, okay? Or after an indefinite article, also the masculine, because porquê will be treated as a masculine word, okay? It can also come after a numeral, 1, 2, dois, okay? Because it's a noun. And if you understand it's a noun, you will understand why it comes after these articles, because only nouns comes after articles, right? With few exceptions. Nouns come after articles, okay? So that's why we put the definite, the indefinite, or sometimes a numeral before this porquê, as we can do with the normal, a regular noun, okay? So guys, here an important information to understand more this porquê. It's a synonym of the word reason, the word cause. If you change the word porquê, and if these two words fit the porquê, it means it's this porquê we are talking about. Let's see the example, you will understand. So if for example, I said, gostaria de saber o porquê de sua mudança de emprego. Gostaria de saber o porquê de sua mudança de emprego. Meaning, I would like to know the reason for your job change. I would like to know the reason for your job change. Okay? So, here, as you can see, when we translate to English, it's even clearer. It's even more clear because we translate to the word reason or the cause, okay? The first, mainly reason, I would say. So, in Portuguese, I can say, eu gostaria de saber o motivo, which means reason, ok? A razão is the same. Razão, ok? So, eu gostaria de saber o porquê de sua mudança de emprego. Eu gostaria de saber a razão. I would like to know the reason. So, if I can change the porquê to the word reason, it means we are having in this situation this kind of porquê, ok? Which is a noun. Another example, guys. Dê-me um porquê para eu não ir embora. Dê-me um porquê para eu não ir embora. Give me a reason. Give me a reason why I shouldn't leave. It would be something like that in English. Give me a reason why I shouldn't leave. Dê-me um porquê. Give me a reason. Okay? Again, we can change the word porquê to the word reason. So, that's why we are talking about this kind of porquê. And also, another example, existem dois porquês que justificam o comportamento dela. Existem dois porquês que justificam o comportamento dela. There are two reasons that justify her behavior. Sorry. There are two reasons that justify her behavior. So, here we see that we could say there are two reasons. In English we say there are two reasons. We can change the word porquê to the word reason. And even in Portuguese we can do that. There are two reasons. We can say existem dois motivos, existem duas razões, okay? So, and also notice, guys, that here we have an example with the word porquê following a definite article, okay? Or here we have the example of this word porquê following an indefinite article, and here we can see the other example with porquê following a numeral. In this case, the number 2. Okay, that's why it's even it even has an S. Of course, as we said, as it is a noun, it can have a mark of plural. Okay, so this porquê works in a completely different way of the others. Okay, if you pay attention, the others are quite different from this one. Okay, so guys, is this clear? Did you understand? Is it okay? Of course, the best way to really get this, to really assimilate this, is to practice, right? So if you can practice, if you can do exercises, and we can provide this in other platforms, this is the best way to really understand these 4 porquês, right? And I'm here now to answer your questions. So if you have any doubts about any of these porquês, tell me. I can wait a little bit to answer your questions. Let me check the comment section if you have any other question after I last read them. Okay, Nino put an example of the definite articles. As maçãs, a pera, o menino, os carros. He showed also how to say você on the internet, because we say você like this. We put vice, okay? but we say você. We can't actually say this because Portuguese is very based on vowels. So although we have these contractions, it's not a contraction, but these idioms for internet, these slangs for internet, we don't quite say them. So we say the same, você or se, as we saw. Okay. So guys, don't you have any more doubts? No? I just want to remind you that we have these classes every Sunday, so you can wait for us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Brazilian time. We'll be here talking about a different topic. And if you have a specific doubt, tell us. Go to our Instagram account and send a direct message asking for some specific topic. So if you want to learn about a specific verb tense, a specific verb which is difficult for you, or a specific kind of vocabulary, anything. If you want to know more about specific topic, go ahead and tell us, and then we can prepare a specific class about a topic that you demand. Okay, and we also have live classes every Wednesdays, guys, and we also changed the time because of the audience. So our live classes on Wednesdays now are at 8 p.m. Brazilian time, okay? So don't miss it. We have this class this week, of course, and we'll be there. And guys, just before we leave, I would like to tell you about our WhatsApp group, because I was telling about it and I think I didn't mention exactly what we send on our WhatsApp group, because we send every week, actually twice a week, every Tuesday and Saturday, we send a conversation in a natural context, as I told you. So I send an audio so you can hear this conversation, and also a transcription so you can read it and understand what is being said, okay? So I think it's a great opportunity to listen to Portuguese native speakers, okay? What else I want to tell you? Yeah, I told you about our next classes on Sunday and Wednesday. And I guess that's it, guys. But just let me see, because I think there are some other questions. Por que você é muito bonito, Tirosha? Do you want to know how to say that? Por que você... the question is, why are you so pretty? You can say like this. Porque is correct, okay? We just have to put the verb. Porque você é tão bonito. This means, why are you so pretty? Okay? So if you want to ask someone, this is a very nice way of saying someone is good looking, right? So if you want to say this, I put in here, why are you so pretty? You should say like that. Por que você é tão bonito? Por que você é tão bonito? Okay? If you are asking a guy, if you are talking to a girl, you should say, oops. Let me find more space. So if you are talking to a girl, you should say, por que você é tão bonita? So, to a guy, bonito. To a girl, bonita. So your sentence is perfect. You just missed the verb, okay? Porque você é. And when you want to emphasize in this case, it's better to use this word, tão, instead of muito, okay? And you put another one, Tiroshi. Você é muito bonito, por quê? Ah, okay. So, this sentence. Você é muito bonito. Por quê? Right? So you are saying, you are very pretty. Why? Right? Tirosha, if this is what you meant, you are very pretty. Why? Né? Você é muito bonito. Por quê? It's perfect. Congratulations. Your sentence is perfect. Você é muito bonito. Por quê? Meaning, você é muito bonito. Por quê? Why you are so pretty? Right? In English, you would say like that, right? Why are you so pretty? We would say that like that. Você é muito bonito. Por quê? Or like that. Por que você é tão bonita ou tão bonito? Okay? And the use of porquê is perfect because question, beginning of a sentence, separated without accent. And here, perfect. As a question, it has to be separated, but before a question mark with accent. Perfect, Rosha. Perfect. You can say like this, okay? You can say, por que você é tão bonito to a guy? Or, você é muito bonito, por quê? But I would say this is more, this sounds more natural. Okay? Por que você é tão bonito? Okay? This sounds more natural. Then você é muito bonito, por quê? Although it's perfect, it's correct. The use of the porquê is perfect. This one here sounds more natural. Okay? Elisa e Sem, eu gosto desses tempos do lives. You mean, do you like the live classes? Is that what you meant, Elisa? What are you cooking? Lucas want to know how to say what are you cooking? Vamos lá. Let's go. What would be o que, ok? Você está cozinhando? O que você está cozinhando? De nada, Tirosha. So this means, what are you cooking? What are you cooking? Ok? O que você está cozinhando? And then you can say, of course, o que você está cozinhando? O que você está cozinhando? Remember? Se instead of você.